shortcuts for SFD and BMD, and we will discuss some standard cases that will be required for your SA1, okay, as well as your design subject. Then we will start the unit number 1, and we will be discussing the fundamentals of the structures from unit number 1. Now for SFD and BMD, shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. So already this topic, it is covered in your strength of materials. So what is SFD and BMD? Yes, anyone? What is SFD? What is SFD and what is BMD? Shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. Okay. Okay. So generally that SFD and BMD is nothing but the variation of the shear force and bending moment over the length of that particular beam. Okay. So what is the variation of shear force? What is the variation of bending moment over the length of the given beam? So that variation we have to plot, and that diagram is our SFD as well as BMD. Now these are the some standard cases or the standard points we have to remember. So general loading acting on a beam, it may be the point load, or it is also called as the concentrated load. It may be UDL, uniformly distributed load, or it may be UVL, uniformly varying load, or it may be a couple or a concentrated movement. If these are the various kind of loading acting on a beam, okay, so these are the four different loadings acting on a beam, then what is the variation or what is the effect of such a kind of loading in SFD and BMD? So that effect is tabulated in this particular table. Suppose on a loading diagram, or we can say on a beam, there is a point load. Suppose this is beam is there, and at certain point there is a point load, concentrated load of say 10 kilonewton. Okay, concentrated load of 10 kilonewton. Then if there is a loading of point load, then SFD will be a vertical line. So at that particular point of point load in SFD, the nature of that point load, it is governed by the vertical line. पॉइंट लोड असेल लोडिंग डायग्राम मध्ये SFD मध्ये काय होईल पॉइंट लोडचा व्हर्टिकल लाईन इट विल बी अ व्हर्टिकल लाईन of magnitude 10 kilonewton. Then if there are 2 point loads, there are 2 point loads on a beam, suppose this is one and this is second, then so if there is a no any load between that 2 point load, this is first point load, this is the second point load, then the nature of BMD will be the straight line. So these 2 points you have to join with the straight line, or it may be an inclined straight line. Okay, it may be an inclined straight line. Then if the loading is UDL, the nature of SFD for the UDL, it will be an inclined straight line like this. If it is a UDL, this will be an inclined straight line. This is the straight line. Okay, inclined one. And the nature of UDL loading in BMD, it will be a parabolic curve. So that parabolic curve, it is also called as the second degree curve. This is the second degree curve. Okay. So if the loading is UVL, or we can say triangular loading or UVL, then SFD will be a parabolic curve. SFD will be a parabolic curve, or we can say for uniformly varying load, the SFD nature will be the second degree curve. Parabola means second degree curve, and BMD will be a cubic curve. So that cubic curve is nothing but the third degree curve. Okay. If the moment is acting, concentrated movement, or we can say couple is acting. Suppose the beam is there, and at certain point, if there is a movement, clockwise movement of capital F, then in case of SFD, if the movement or couple is acting, so that couple, it doesn't have any effect on SFD. SFD वरती त्याचा काहीच effect होत नाही. So we have to not consider the effect of movement or couple in SFD. We have to neglect it. Whereas in case of BMD, it will be a vertical line. So the effect of point load in SFD, it will be same as that of effect of couple in bending moment. जसं पॉइंट लोड असतो एस-एफ-डी मध्ये, तसाच बी-एम-डी मध्ये काय असतं, कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड मूव्हमेंट असते, और वी कॅन से कपल. सो द नेचर ऑफ पॉइंट लोड इन एस-एफ-डी is equal to nature of couple in BMD. See, these are the vertical lines. It is vertical line. म्हणजे पॉइंट लोड असेल एस-एफ-डी मध्ये असेल vertical line. If it is couple is there, then in BMD you will get the vertical line of same magnitude. So these are the basic points we have to discuss, or we have to know before plotting the actual SFD and BMD. Okay. Now we will discuss the standard cases. या standard cases तुम्हाला झालेले आहेत, but throughout the course we need the standard cases. Now the first standard case we will be discussing for the simply supported beam. आता व्यवस्थित लिहून घ्या. First case or the first beam, that is the simply supported beam. Yes, beam. Simply supported beam. So first standard case, simply supported beam subjected to the central point load. This is the first standard case. त्या 5-6 स्टँडर्ड केस लक्षात ठेवायच्या आहेत तुम्हाला थ्रूआउट युअर ग्रॅज्युएशन. Simply supported beam subjected to central point load. Okay, means what? The beam is simply supported and it is subjected to point load of P at center. So this particular distance, it will be what? L by 2, and remaining will also L by 2. Now tell me, if this is the first condition, that is the central point load is there, center मध्ये जर load असेल, so what is the reaction? What is the reaction at left end and what is the reaction at right end? Reaction काय असेल, कोण सांगेल? What is the reaction? Yes. What is the reaction? P by 2. Okay. So the left end reaction, it will be P by 2. Half reaction will be half of loading is symmetrical, isn't it? Loading is symmetrical. So the reaction will be total load divided by 2 on both the sides. So left end reaction will be P by 2 and the right end reaction is also P by 2. This will be also P by 2. This is for the reactions. Now SFD or the shear force diagram variation, it will be like this. So the nature of SFD for the central point load in case of simply supported beam, it will be like this. It is given by two rectangles. One is positive, second is negative, and this particular value, okay, this particular value, suppose this I will denote by the X. So what is the shear force X? What is the shear force X? What is that value? Suppose this shear force is X. So the X is equal to P kilonewton, P by 2 kilonewton, P by 3 or 0. Who will tell me? What is X value? सूरज माइक ऍडजस्ट कर, आवाज येत नाही. What is X value here? Still you are not audible, Suraj. Anyone else? Yes. What is the shear force? If these are the reactions, reaction we have got as P by 2, P by 2. Then what is this X value? कोण सांगेल? अजय, प्रतीक. Yes, प्रश्न समजलाय? This is the SFD. This is the SFD. So these end reactions, both end reactions at left end and at right end, these are P by 2. Then if this is the SFD, so this shear force is, this shear force, suppose this is X. And what is the value of X? Options are P, P by 2, P by 3, 0.
Sir, 0.
0. Okay, first option 0. But आणखीन प्रतीक म्हणतो 0. आणखीन कुणाला काय वाटतंय? अथर्व, अथर्व चव्हाण. So this shear force is not 0, this shear force is P by 2. Yes, P by 2. So this is P by 2. So this is the reference line. This is the reference line. So at this particular left end, so the shear force to the left of point A, it will be 0. But at that particular point A, at that particular point A or support A, the shear force we are having, that is nothing but the reaction, and that reaction is what? P by 2. This is P by 2. Then, so that left support A to the point load P, no load is acting. That's why horizontal line. Then at that particular point, there is a downward load of P. So this will be P by 2. So this is minus P. So it will be minus P by 2. So minus P by 2 means below the reference line. This will be P by 2 positive. This will be minus P by 2 negative. So this is the vertical line. P by 2 plus P by 2. We should get the total answer as a point load. Okay. So the shear force at that point will be P by 2. So this is the variation for the central point load, and the bending moment diagram, it will be a triangle, and the maximum bending moment, it will be at center, and that maximum bending moment is given by PL by 4. PL by 4. So this is the maximum bending moment at center. Simply supported beam subjected to central point load, reactions are P by 2, P by 2, and maximum bending moment at center is given by PL by 4. हे पॉइंट लक्षात ठेवायचे आहेत. रिॲक्शन and maximum bending moment. This is the first standard case. Now second standard case, simply supported beam subjected to UDL on entire span. UDL on entire span. So in that case, suppose this UDL intensity is W and the length is L, then reactions at ends will be WL by 2. Now total load will be WL. Total load will be WL. Intensity of UDL into the total span, that will be WL. Again, loading is symmetrical, so reaction will be half of this will be multiplied with 1/2, WL by 2, WL by 2. So these are the reactions, and the variation of shear force, it will be inclined straight line. So and bending moment will be a parabolic curve, or we can say second degree curve, and maximum bending moment, it will act center, and that value will be WL square by 8. हे तुम्हाला लागणार आहे, B पर्यंत लागणार आहे. Okay, this will be WL square by 8. Maximum bending moment, simply supported beam subjected to UDL on entire span. Then next, linearly varying load, or we can say triangular load. So in that case, again, this is the simply supported beam. Now here, if it is UVL, then SFD will be a second degree curve. This will be second degree curve. Okay. Then BMD will be a cubic curve, or we can say third degree curve. This will be third degree curve. And the maximum bending moment for this standard case, it will be WL square by 12. This will be WL square by 12. And the reactions, now this loading is not symmetrical loading. So reaction at both ends will vary. So this reaction will be WL by 6, and this will be WL by 3. Okay, WL by 6, WL by 3, and the maximum bending moment WL square by 12. So this is the third standard case. Next standard case we will discuss for the cantilever beam. For cantilever beam. Yes. Before that, we will discuss simply supported beam subjected to anti-clockwise movement. Okay, anti-clockwise movement. Now tell me, if there is an anti-clockwise movement M, simply supported beam is there. Suppose this will be L by 2, this will be L by 2. Okay, means central movement, at center movement is acting. Then what this reaction? ही reaction काय असेल आणि ही reaction काय असेल? लोडिंग सिमेट्रिकल आहे, सेमच असतील रिएक्शन, पण काय असतील सांगा. Yes, what is the reaction? तमिळ कुणाला? अजय, आकृती, अमृता, अनिकेत, अथर्व. Yes, Vaishnavi.
सर कपल फॉर्म करायला लागेल.
Yes, couple, already couple is acting. Reaction कैसे? Already there is a couple now, or we can say concentrated movement or couple. So these reactions, ठीक है cell value. Yes. Stick to the basics. Equations of equilibrium. Apply the equations of statics. Fx, Fy movement. So to find out the vertical reaction, so which equation we have to use? We have to use the moment equation. Suppose moment equation, suppose this is point A and this is point B. So I will take the summation of moment at point A equal to 0. This is the hint. Now tell me. Yes?
M by L.
M by L. Very good. M by L is the answer. Very nice. How it is M by L? Now we will take the summation of moment at this point A. Okay. Now while taking that summation of moment, yes, Vinod, any doubt? While taking the summation of moment at point A. So already this is movement, and that movement is what? We can say anti-clockwise. That's why minus M. Then, so initially we have assumed both the reactions are acting in the upward direction. Okay, this is upward, this is also upward. So moment of this reaction about point A means this reaction about point A, it is also anti-clockwise, minus RB into L, minus RB into L is equal to 0. So our answer for RB is minus M by L. Now tell me, so this minus sign, what it indicates? What it indicates? And minus. Yes, Suraj? Downward, yes. So this minus sign indicates the assumption about the direction of the reaction. We have assumed upward. आपण काय assume केलं होतं? Upward assume केलं होतं. After the calculation, the answer is minus. Means so that reaction it is not upward, it is downward. Downward M by L. And at A it will be upward M by L. So these are the reactions. Means these reactions, these values are M by L. These are the M by L. Okay. And this will be M by 2, M by 2, vertical line. This will be vertical line. Okay. So nature of concentrated movement or couple in case of BMD will be a vertical line. Then cantilever beam. In case of cantilever beam subjected to the point load at free end. This is the point load at free end. Then the reaction will be, suppose this is P, then reaction at fixed end, it will be also P in the upward direction. And the nature of SFD will be a rectangle. And the nature of BMD, it will be a triangle. And here, the BMD of cantilever beam, it will be negative. BMD of cantilever beam, it will be negative as it is subjected to the hogging bending movement. It is subjected to the hogging bending movement like this. This is hogging bending movement, so that's why it is negative. Suppose this is L. Just a minute. So here, suppose the span is L and the load is P. Now tell me what is the bending moment at fixed end. This is the fixed end. Na? So at fixed end, we will have three constraints: vertical reaction, horizontal reaction, and the moment. Horizontal reaction is zero as no any horizontal force is acting. So what is this moment? What is the value of moment? What is the moment? PL, yes, P into L. Okay, so this will be PL. So this particular movement, negative movement, anti-clockwise, that will be PL. This will be a triangle. Next, cantilever beam subjected to UDL on entire span. SFD will be a triangle, and the reaction will be WL. Okay. Then BMD will be a parabolic curve. This will be a parabolic curve. Why this is parabolic curve? Second degree, because the loading is UDL. So these are the standard loading conditions you should know. You should know what will be the reaction generated and what is the nature of SFD and BMD and what is the value of maximum bending moment. Maximum bending moment. So what are the important points? Standard cases, then you have to find out the reactions, or you should know the reactions. Then what is the maximum bending moment? What is the maximum bending moment? Bending moment max. Okay. Simply supported beam subjected to central point load, UDL on entire span, concentrated movement. Okay. So these are the simple standard cases. You should know these parameters. So this is for our prerequisites. So this is the basic knowledge you should have before starting with the actual subject. Now we have to start with our actual unit number 1. Now from this basic knowledge of what we can say types of supports, type of loading, what is the SFD and BMD, we will have one small test. Okay, we will have one small test of 10 marks, and that will be MCQ based. I will float the Google form and you have to answer it as per your convenience. I will give 2-3 days time and I will float that exam tomorrow or day after tomorrow. 1-2 दिवसामध्ये तुम्हाला Google form share करतो. So as per your convenience, try to attempt that form or try to attempt that question up to this weekend. Okay. Now we will start with our actual syllabus, unit number 1. Now this is the syllabus for the unit number 1, and the unit number 1, it is for the fundamentals of the structure and analysis of redundant beam. Okay. So this particular unit number 1, it is divided into 2 parts. We will say chapter 1 and chapter 2. In the first chapter, what are the points we have to discuss? We have to discuss about the types and classification of the structures based on the structural form, then concept of indeterminacy, and static and kinematics degree of indeterminacy. So we can say 2 points we have to discuss over here: classification of structure and concept of indeterminacy. Now this indeterminacy, so this is the point which is very important as far your examination point of view, as well as for all the competitive examinations. So what you are having, that is MPSC, GATE, UPSC. Okay, so this is very IMP. So you will see the questions for your GATE examinations, technical MPSC examinations, as well as Indian Engineering Services, what we can say IES or UPSC. So everywhere you will see 1 or 2 questions from this indeterminacy. If you are preparing for any placement test, technical test, there also you will see what is indeterminacy. So you have to find out the indeterminacy. So that we will discuss in detail, and this is very easy to understand. Okay, this is very simple. Just you have to remember certain 4 to 5 formulas. This is a very interesting concept. And the first concept that we will be studying will be the classification of structure. We have to classify the structure based on our structural analysis point of view. Now already in case of your BTM, you have classified the structure, isn't it? So in BTM, how you have classified the structure, or we can see your BTAP, semester 1. One subject was there, na? How you have classified the structures? Yes?
Sir, superstructure and substructure.
Superstructure, substructure, that is the one category. Good. Again, superstructure, substructure. Good. Again, based on the construction, you have classified the structure in 3 different categories. Yes, 3 category मध्ये तुम्ही क्लासिफिकेशन केलं होतं. Yes, Tejas.
सर सगळं इंग्लिश मध्येच होतंय, जरा मराठीत बोला.
मराठीत पाहिजे, ठीक आहे. सांग क्लासिफिकेशन कसं केलं होतं स्ट्रक्चरचं? 3 कॅटेगरीमध्ये क्लासिफाय केलं होतं तुम्ही स्ट्रक्चर. एक होतं लोड बेरिंग. आता सांगा राहिलेले 2. लोड बेरिंग स्ट्रक्चर एक होतं. दुसरं काय होतं? First is load bearing structure, second is RCC frame structure, and third is composite structure. Okay, so these are the categories we have discussed based on the construction form. Now we have to classify the structure as per the analysis point of view. आता काय करायचं आपल्याला, we have to classify the structure based on the structural form, means analysis point of view, that you have to classify the structure. So that we'll be discussing in this first chapter. Okay, these are the 2 points, classification and the indeterminacy. Now before starting with the actual syllabus, so there are certain points we have to discuss. Now what is structure? Structure काय असतं basically? Structure, what is structure? आपला सब्जेक्टच आहे स्ट्रक्चरल अनालिसिस. स्ट्रक्चर काय असतं बेसिक? कोण सांगेल? बीमचं अनालिसिस केलं तुम्ही सॉफ्टमध्ये. व्हॉट इज स्ट्रक्चर? ओके, 2 एक्झाम्पल देतो मी. सपोज वन बॉडी इज देअर. ओके, एक मेंबर आहे ॲट रेस्ट कंडिशन आणि एक बीम आहे, सिम्पली सपोर्टेड बीम आहे. ठीक आहे, and that simply supported beam subjected to the loading. Yes, Vaishnavi sir. 1 and 2. Yes, Vaishnavi. या दोन्हीमध्ये कोणतं स्ट्रक्चर आहे? दिस इज डबल. फिगर 1, फिगर 2. या दोन्हीपैकी कोणत्या डायग्रामला आपण स्ट्रक्चर बनवू शकतो?
सेकंड नंबर सर.
सेकंड, बरोबर आहे. ॲब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. कारण सांगता येईल, बरोबर आहे. दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चर. व्हाय? का?
मल्टिपल बॉडी.
यस, दॅट इज.
त्याच्यावर लोडिंग बसवलेली आहे आणि सिम्पली सपोर्टेड बीम आहे.
व्हेरी गुड. लोडिंग बसवलेले आहे, सिम्पली सपोर्टेड बीम आहे. व्हेरी नाईस. मीन्स सपोज दिस इज द बॉडी. नो डाउट दिस इज ऑल्सो बॉडी, दिस इज ऑल्सो बॉडी. बट फॉर दिस पर्टिक्युलर बॉडी, वेन इट इज सब्जेक्टेड टू द लोडिंग कंडिशन, एखादी बॉडी आहे आणि त्यावरती लोडिंग जर ॲक्ट होत असेल, अँड जनरली दीज बॉडीज आर दी इलास्टिक बॉडी. दीज आर दी इलास्टिक बॉडी. नाऊ ड्यू टू दिस लोडिंग, या लोडिंगमुळे काय होणार? इलास्टिक बॉडीचं, this is the elastic body. So what bodies we are considering is the elastic body. Okay, काय होणार लोडिंग मुळे? इलास्टिक बॉडी आहे. हे सौरभ,
फ्रिक्शन होते.
यस, त्याचं डिफॉर्मेशन होणार. बरोबर आहे. त्याचं काय होईल? डिफॉर्मेशन होईल. Means if the loading is acting on the elastic body, then there will be a deformation. Very nice. There will be a deformation. जेव्हा त्याचं डिफॉर्मेशन होतं, इलास्टिक बॉडी आहे, सिंपल सांगतो, इलास्टिक बॉडी आहे, इलास्टिक बॉडीवरती जर लोडिंग ॲक्ट झालं, then there will be a deformation due to the loading condition. Then if that body, if it is going to give the resistance, जर ती बॉडी त्या डिफॉर्मेशनच्या अगेन्स्ट रेजिस्टन्स जर देत असेल, डिफॉर्मेशनच्या अगेन्स्ट रेजिस्टन्स जर देत असेल, इफ दॅट बॉडी इज गिविंग द रेजिस्टन्स अगेन्स्ट द डिफॉर्मेशन, देन दॅट इलास्टिक बॉडी इज कॉल्ड ॲज अ स्ट्रक्चर. समजते का? बघा, इलास्टिक बॉडी वरती लोडिंग ॲक्ट झाली, त्यामुळे डिफॉर्मेशन झालं. मग त्या डिफॉर्मेशनच्या अगेन्स्ट जर रेजिस्टन्स दिला बॉडीनी, ओके, डिफॉर्मेशनच्या अगेन्स्ट रेजिस्टन्स दिला, so that will be our structure. And this resistance, it is given by these reaction. हा resistance कसा गेलेला आहे बघा, ह्या रिएक्शन आहेत. So these are the reaction. This is nothing but the opposing resistance or the opposing forces. This is the resistance given by the elastic body. That means
सर इंटरनल स्ट्रेसेस मुळे पण resistance होईल.
yes, internal stresses मुळे पण होणार. So whenever there is an internal stress is there, so this is the body, it is not subjected to any kind of loading. जर तू तर लोडिंग ॲक्ट केली Okay, if you apply the loading, and one of the end, if it is the constant, fixed scalar, so that is also structure. So basic structure काय म्हणणार आपण? It is the elastic body. Okay, it is the elastic body. When it is subjected to the loading condition, it will get deformed. It will get deformed. Then, so for that particular deformation, if resistance is set, for that particular deformation, if resistance is set by that body, it is called as structure. Suppose this is the structure, or we can say elastic body. So this is the gravity loads we are having on this particular structure. When load acts झाले, due to the load, what will be there? There will be deformation or stress will be developed. Okay, and again resistance will be developed from various structural components. Okay, resistance will be set up against that deformation in that elastic body. So that's why it is called as the structure. This is the structure. सो हे झालं स्ट्रक्चर. नेक्स्ट काय त्याचं अनालिसिस करायचं आहे आपल्याला. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट दिस इज फॉर द स्ट्रक्चर. इलास्टिक बॉडी subjected to the loading, it will give the deformation, and if the resistance is set up against that deformation, that is structure. Next, it is what is structural analysis. मग स्ट्रक्चर तुम्हाला माहित झालं, मग त्याचं अनालिसिस काय असेल? येस, what is the structural analysis? Then so this is the prediction of response of the structure. So we have to predict the performance of particular given structure with respect to the external effects. It may be our sinking of support, it may be with respect to the temperature changes, it may be variable loads acting on the structures. Okay, and what are the parameters we have to analyze? Structure तुम्हाला माहित झालं, मग त्याचं अनालिसिस करायचं म्हणजे काय करायचं आपल्याला? त्याचं परफॉर्मन्स प्रेडिक्ट करायचं. वी हॅव टू प्रेडिक्ट द परफॉर्मन्स. मग परफॉर्मन्स जर तुम्हाला प्रेडिक्ट करायचं असेल, मग काहीतरी पॅरामीटर्स पाहिजेत. मग ते पॅरामीटर्स काय असतील? सो दीज आर द परफॉर्मन्स पॅरामीटर्स. इट मे बी स्ट्रेसेस, इट मे बी एक्सेल फोर्सेस, इट मे बी shear force, it may be bending moment, डिफ्लेक्शन अँड सपोर्ट रिॲक्शन्स. इन केस ऑफ सॉम, आता सॉम मध्ये काय फाइंड आउट केलं तुम्ही? स्ट्रेसेस फाइंड आउट केलं, एक्सेल फोर्सेस फाइंड आउट केल्या, देन SFD EVMD मध्ये शेअर फोर्स, बेंडिंग मुवमेंट फाइंड आउट केलं, डिफ्लेक्शन फाइंड आउट केलं, रिॲक्शन फाइंड आउट केलं. ऑल दीज पॅरामीटर्स वी हॅव टू फाइंड आउट इन SA ऑल्सो. सो दीज आर द पॅरामीटर्स. हे पॅरामीटर्स आहेत ते आपल्याला फाइंड आउट करायचं आहे. एखादं स्ट्रक्चरचं अनालिसिस करायचं आहे म्हणजे काय करायचं आपल्याला? त्याचं परफॉर्मन्स प्रेडिक्ट करायचं आहे. मग आपण कशा प्रेडिक्ट करणार? डायरेक्ट बीम कडे बघून सांगू शकत नाही ना, हा सेफ आहे, हा अनसेफ आहे. दॅट्स वाय वी हॅव टू फाइंड आउट दीज पॅरामीटर्स. हे पॅरामीटर्स आपल्याला फाइंड आउट करायचे आहेत. ओके, बेस्ड ऑन द व्हेरियस थेरीज. दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चरल अनालिसिस. ओके, नाउ नेक्स्ट कॉन्सेप्ट इज द रिजिड बॉडी. So we can say this is the imaginary body. So distance between 2 points, it will never changes after application of the forces. Suppose एक body आहे आणि 2 पॉइंट मधला डिस्टन्स सपोज x आहे. So after the application of force also, this distance will be x only. हा distance change होत नाही. But this is practically, this is no any rigid body exist. Practically rigid body नसते. Okay. This is imaginary concept. And practically काय असतं मग? Practically we are having as a deformable body. So distance between 2 points will changes after the application of the forces. Okay, so that will be the deformable body. And the main property while studying this deformable body is elasticity. Elasticity. Okay. Then structural idealization. Next point is the structural idealization. Now what is idealization? So we have to idealize. Okay, we have to idealize the structure. Now tell me, आता मला सांगा, जे तुमचे अपार्टमेंट आहेत, आपली कॉलेज बिल्डिंग आहे, ते कसं इमॅजिन होतं तुम्हाला? आयदर 1D, 2D और 3D. आपली बिल्डिंग आहे
3D.
बरोबर आहे. म्हणजे स्ट्रक्चर तुम्ही बघताय डे टू डे लाईफ मध्ये, ऑल स्ट्रक्चर्स आर 3 डायमेन्शन्स आहेत. बरोबर, ऑल स्ट्रक्चर्स आर 3 डायमेन्शन्स. 3-dimensional means it is having the length, it is having the width, it is having the height. Now tell me whether it is practically possible to perform the analysis of 3-dimensional body. Manually it is very difficult. So that's why we will idealize. आपण त्याला काय करतो? सिम्प्लिफाय करतो 2 dimensional मध्ये. So practically the structures we are getting as 3-dimensional, but without losing its significant value. What we will do, आपण त्याला convert करतो 2D मध्ये. We are going to convert that body in 2 dimensions. We are going to convert that body in 2 dimensions. That is the structural idealization. So in the next session, we will discuss more on the structural idealization and the fundamentals of the structures.